be a sponge, and then bring the juice.
By focusing on your improvement, by focusing on your progress, and eliminating any fixed mindset that you may have and acts of perfectionism, then you encourage your own mastery.
On some level, we do what we want to do 24 hours a day. Now, sometimes it may not seem like that, but if I'm choosing to work instead of sleep, what I'm actually saying is keeping my job is more important than sleeping.
I'm tired of this. I'm tired of getting beat. What can I do to get over this hump? So mentally, that's when I kind of put that forefront, like, hey, it's either all or nothing.
I like to put failure in quotations because I don't believe that failure is true failure if you're looking at it with the right mindset.
The truth is, the journey to greatness is hard. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes focus, and every day you have to decide what you value, what you want to pursue, and what you want to achieve. And if you dig deep enough, if you push hard enough, we all have what it takes to be great. Welcome to the Edge of Greatness. Hello and welcome back to the Daily Dose. It is Monday, March 13th. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I had a fun time. We went to a birthday party and then a little warehouse sale for a company that I like to get outdoor apparel from. So, overall, pretty good weekend. Today, what I want to dive into is the pillar of purpose. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine this weekend, and they were talking about this particular pillar being their biggest struggle point. And I don't think they're alone. I think purpose is a challenging one because we question it a lot. As we get older, we definitely question, am I living my purpose? Am I living with purpose? Do I have a purpose? It doesn't really always apply when we're younger. We don't seem to necessarily care, but I do think it's important to find some kind of target that we call purpose, whether it's our actual purpose or not early on. I guess that's debatable, but having a thing that we've attached the label purpose to, I do believe is very valuable when you're young. Now, as you get older, I think instead of just attaching a label to it, we need to make sure that we understand what it is that we are trying to become. What is our actual purpose? Are we working toward that purpose? And when I say that, I'm not saying you need to give everything up and go chasing this purpose. That's not it. But we can align a lot of what we do through our life with that purpose. So the things we are already currently doing can have more meaning once we tie that in to who and what we are and find that purpose. So there's a balance there. The other thing I think that's very difficult with purpose is it's such a deep and personal experience in quest to find. It's hard to go into all the nuance of what purpose looks like in a 10-minute podcast. If you're someone who is struggling with purpose, struggling with finding your purpose, shoot me an email after the show, after the episode. I'd love to help kind of walk you through how I've discovered mine. And maybe that'll help get you moving in the right direction. But ultimately, what we really need to make sure that we're doing is constantly checking in, asking ourselves, does this action align with my purpose? It's great if you figure out what your purpose is. It doesn't work as well, though, if you find your purpose and then you stick your compass in your pocket and you never look at it again. The evolution of that purpose is going to happen. We're going to figure things out as we go that will shift us slightly in our alignment of our purpose, how we want to go about attacking our purpose, and what that looks like long term. The most challenging piece, in my opinion, for why we struggle with discovering, living, and being with our purpose is it requires us to go super deep with ourselves. And not everybody has that comfort or that ability to dive into, who am I? Why am I here? what am I going to do with my time? Most people don't like to ask those questions because you almost need to have a better connection with your mortality, because when we know we're going to go, right, eventually I'm going to die, it gives me a better sense of urgency to live my purpose. That's how I've dove into mine. I knew that my time on earth is limited, and it made me want to dig deeper into why was I here? What am I going to do with my time? And, ultimately I landed on what it is I'm doing now, leading, coaching, and hoping to help inspire the next generation of people pursue excellence. And it can be that simple. It doesn't have to be something extravagant. It's just a guiding light to what it is you do every single day. So, like I said, if you need help, if you're struggling to figure out your purpose, if you're kind of wondering what's the next step, one, you're not alone. I think it's a common problem that we all go through at some point. And two, reach out if you need some help. I got you. Be happy to kind of push you in the right direction, and maybe we can figure this out together. But ultimately, guys, have a great week. Happy Monday. And as always, keep reaching for the stars. Fall flat on your face, but remember, whenever we fall, always get up. Thank you for joining us today on the Edge of Greatness podcast. If you haven't yet, please take a minute now to subscribe and review our show. Join us again next week as we continue to dig deeper into the key components of greatness. The path to greatness is never linear, so remember to keep pursuing greatness no matter what. Keep stretching your abilities, reach for the stars, and fall flat on your face. But remember, no matter what happens, whenever we fall, always get up. Until next time, I'm Charles Schultz, and this was the Edge of Greatness podcast.